The old Corvette in the barn story. Everybody loves those stories, you know.
So how far is your house from here?
5 minutes at the most. The car is so clean. It looks like it's staged. I mean, it's stupid how clean it is. I never thought she would sell it because it wasn't in her way. Plus the sentimental attachment too, you know. So.
Well, we used to go on, he belonged to the Corvette Club a long time ago, and we used to go on all the rallies and the, like treasure hunt type things, scavenger hunts and stuff like that with the club.
So is this how you found it? Just like this, right?
It's been here as long as I've known about it. I first heard about it probably around 81 or 82 through the son Mark LaChance. I think he told me about it because I made comment about his father's Blazer that had Corvette side pipes on it, and I think it had a fuelie unit on it too. And he might have saw my dad's Corvette, so that's where the Corvette conversation came up, but I was never able to see this car in person until 5 years ago.
Steve had talked to me a few times about it. He's a very good friend of my son, so I'm very happy. We're all happy. In 13 years I kept saying, I gotta do something, I gotta do something.
Want the lights on?
You know, I had a list of 9 people who wanted it. I said, I just can't call all of them, I can't. Steve wanted to cut it for him.
Yes, it's dry. No mice problems, no moisture, no condensation issues, no mold.
The Corvette was my husband's passion, and he was always going to rebuild it. He took it off the road. We had it on the road until winter, and then in the winter we take it off. And when my son was 1.5 years old, we moved. He put it in the garage and at another house, and then we came here. He built the barn, and that's where it sat because he got into tea buckets. And he built a tea bucket. There's a picture of him up there with it, and that's what he did. And then he realized, you know, he was very sick, so he went down in the cellar and rebuilt the engine and got it all done. And of course, he's been gone 13 years now, so so it's just was something he just never got done. Yeah. We went down to Virginia Beach, and I can remember we got in Washington at like 11 o'clock at night, hotter than heck. We got married the end of April, and next thing I know, he says, here, help me. Taking the hard top off, bringing it upstairs, put it in the hotel room, and riding around at midnight in Washington with the top down.
Surprisingly, the tires held here from 2 weeks ago. The tires were flat as a pancake, but they held here. And there's some super old Firestone 500.
Will the door open here?
Sure. Haven't found the keys yet to get the trunk open. I kind of think the keys are probably tucked away somewhere in the car. You know, the seats show weird because of the mileage, but it was driven pretty tenderly for the miles it was used. Wasn't abused. Yeah, it's a 62 fuel-injected Corvette. Other than the fuel injection, it's got power windows and it's factory paint, maroon fawn saddle interior, and it's been sleeping for 50 years. Well, it's the top dog in 62. I mean, as far as the performance and the horsepower, they were 360 horse, 327s. It was the first year for 327, and if you own this car when it was brand new, it was pretty much king of the road. I don't think anything could really touch it. Let me find the lights. I forgot where the lights were. Oh, it's up here.
I can
Well,
put
the
this.
valve covers are just something newer they put on just to keep the dust and debris out. Probably the original ones I took on the first parts run. I took the stuff out of the basement because these shelves behind you were chock full, and the shelves over there were all full of parts. For some reason, he didn't want to take the car apart until the odometer read 99,999 miles and 9/10. So, on purpose, he drove it around whatever neighborhood he lived in back then, which I think was either in Boylston or West Boylston. And when it reached that mark, that was it. That was the end of driving it, and that's when it came apart. You know, it was ready for a rebuild with that kind of mileage on it. The car doesn't look like it's got that kind of miles on it. And my brother and myself, we were shocked because it just doesn't have a lot of road rash on it. But there's an oil change sticker in the glove box door that verifies the mileage is as high as it is. You know.
So when you went down and looked at the engine, did you match the numbers and stuff?
I did not. I was just really overwhelmed with.
No need.
Yeah, I mean, I could bet my life on it that that's the real motor, just from the people that know the car and know the stories. I mean, it's not. There's no other story with the car, you know. And he didn't abuse the car. It's not an old race car. It's not altered at all. The only thing that altered on is it's got Corvette side exhaust tucked under the rocker panels.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh.
It's original paint. It's a no-hit car. It's got some cracking and checking, which can be expected in paint of this age. But overall, the condition is incredible for sitting this long. You know, this isn't a heated barn, you know, but it's dry and rodent-free, and the car didn't have any condensation issues. When I first looked at the car, there's a couple spots they normally pit really bad down in here and up here and stuff, and I just gave it a little rub, and this little protective film is just dust. I mean, it just needs a good cleaning, and that's it.
Then he calls me today and says, "You gotta come and help me." I brought 2 magic wands, and we're gonna take them it's a very dusty.
Did you say wands or wands?
Yeah, right. And we're just gonna sprinkle it around the car, and it's gonna magically appear on the trailer.
Well, this is just a dream anyway, so I'm gonna wake up pretty soon. So it's gonna fizzle out any minute now.
I think we're gonna have our hands full, Steve. We need, instead of 2 guys, we need like 22 guys.
No.
I'm getting old. I don't know if I can even do this.
I am Captain Adventure. I can move anything. You know that. I'm great.
All right.
I'm a professional mover. You know that, Gary. You've seen me move stuff, right?
What is that? It's a rare find. The Liberty Bell's been discovered.
It's a lot of work to have fun.
Much. My son Mark has zero interest in cars.
That's because he's intelligent.
Not a dummy like us. We're gonna jack it right around, Steve. 2 shots, one in the front, one in the back. Line that baby right up. Go get your floor jack while you're doing nothing.
Gary, I'm surprised you don't remember this car when you were a kid.
I think I do.
Rick just told me I could call the landmark. He said, this is an iconic moment here. And they said to me, he said, Johnny, many people knew there was a Corvette in a barn in Holden, but nobody knew where it was.
Oh, it was a big, legend. You know?
I never realized that.
Oh, yeah.
You realize that, right?
Yeah, it's stuck. I gotta get some air in the tires on the other side.
Yeah. Give me. Steve, you want me to put the jack and get the pressure off that tire? So give it a better chance of
Why
going
get
up?
air in anyways?
No, I know, but I'm saying.
Yeah, if you want to jack it up, see what it does. Let's see what the hell I'm doing. It would be nice to take the cap off, right?
I'm so nervous. You started to pull it up. Beauty. I'm not getting enough here. Is it going up?
You get the handles locked in?
Is he a beauty?
I'm Mark.
Oh,
I'm Gary's son.
Yep, plungers. A little more. Right there. A little more.
Nice job, Gary.
I'm learning. Ain't he neat?
Car dummy.
Ain't he neat? Okay?
Yep.
Ready? Mark, watch that back. We may be able to make this in one shot and then get the jack
I
back.
can't see that quarter.
No, I'm okay there.
The story was that this car can come out in one shot from what I heard over the years. And out at the same time when we tried it.
You got room here.
How we doing, Mark?
I just knocked over a pickle jar.
Okay.
You have about 8 inches on each side.
All right, we're gonna kick it back to get by this.
Hold up. Slow.
We're gonna go forward now. Whoops.
Okay.
Come towards me, Gary. Let's go by it.
It's right on it.
It's okay.
It's on it. It's on it.
It's okay. Let's go forward.
Stop.
I can get the game.
Okay, straight. Well, you're doing pretty good, Steve.
I've done this before.
Ready?
Yeah.
okay.
That's about it, Steve.
Come on.
Wow.
Oh, we're wrong.
Think about
You know-
that. 50 years
It's a time warp, isn't it?
in captivity. Stevie.
I mean, Dad, you know me. I'm not really into cars, but this is pretty cool.
I'm kind of speechless seeing it now.
Well, you know, Steve, after you get it out and start putting it together, it's going to be something, it's going to be history in the making, actually. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. Get that original motor back in, get that paint fluffy. These tires, these repops are original.
Swap meet purchase Skip made years ago.
Yeah. So they're probably real.
Because he's gonna knock me over.
No. You gotta come over another foot. Anything to just in here to give it a little support, Steve.
You know, my kids would love to see that. Big deal.
How we doing
We're
on that?
solid,
How we
yeah.
doing on that door though? Does that door open anymore, Gary?
No, we're okay. But I think that would be it.
Just to keep the bounce off?
Oh, Paul O'Keefe,
From
from here in town, and Skip and I worked together for many years.
Wondering-
So
You know
one of
about
the
the Corvette.
one of the things that makes this car unique is, other than having the engine yanked, it has never been apart. I know that for a fact.
I can remember when I had Mark, I was pregnant
Yep.
with Mark, and it was time to have Mark, and I'm dying, and Skip says, well, get in the car, and I said, if you think I'm going to the hospital in that Corvette, you're out of your ever-loving mind. He drove, and we only lived a mile down the road.
yeah.
So we drove a mile down the road, lived a mile down the road in an old farmhouse. He drove up here and got his mother a gray Impala.
Yeah.
And came back and got me. I could have never made it in that car.
Oh, you're going to take you.
He was going to take me to the hospital to have my
So now
baby,
where's the
and I
car
was
going?
dying.
known this guy here?
Oh boy. What, the later 80s?
Yeah,
Something like that?
I knew him, but when he was young, I just
Just
walk over him.
get away from me, kid. You bother me.
But now he's always telling me that,
He's like the
you're like a father to me. I love you. I can't handle it. I want to get rid of him. I sent him.
He's like an 8-year-old. He wants to take everything apart.
I sent him to get cars for me halfway. Not only to go get them, negotiate the price.
Oh yeah.
It's been a riot.
He sends me down to PA to get a 69 and a half 6-pack Roadrunner car, unrestored car, killer car. And he was in the Halloween business, so he gives me this pumpkin, candy, pumpkin, kid thing. And it was pretty heavy with green, so that's how I delivered the cash, was in the pumpkin head. The guy who was buying the car loved it. I put it on the table. He's like, wow, trick or treat.
You gotta come and help me.
Sometimes he does me a big favor and lets me work on some of his cars. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I don't have time to work on my own stuff. He wants me to work on his stuff. And he doesn't want to work on anything.
You want to ride by Bob Cousy's house? He lives right here in Worcester.